This is the tutorial video for my winter fruit series DIY paper garlands. Supplies you'll need to complete this tutorial: the paper printout, of course, a pair of sharp scissors, a hot glue gun, hot glue sticks, 6 feet of twine, a ruler, and an optional X-Acto knife. Start by turning your hot glue gun on. This will ensure your glue is ready to go by the time you finish cutting out your paper. I forgot to do that for this video and then had to wait around for my hot glue gun later. Don't be like me. A tip on hot glue guns: you can get low temp and high temp hot glue guns. I used both for this project. Low temp guns are great to prevent any burns or accidents, or to use on material that might melt with high heat. The downside is the lower temperature means it will cool off faster, giving you less time to manipulate the materials you're gluing. A high temp glue gun gives you a longer amount of time to manipulate your materials because it takes considerable amount of time for the glue to cool and harden. Just be careful to avoid burns. Either type will work with this project, just use whatever fits your personal preference best. Scissor tips for those who don't use scissors on craft project as often. Don't move your scissors, move your paper. This will help you get a precise cut and hopefully save you from getting too tired. And when you're navigating little details, make several cuts into the paper in different directions instead of trying to move around the tiny angles. This will help to avoid any ripping or bending delicate bits of paper. Okay, now that you have all your papers cut out, lay your pattern out on the table. Remember, your garland is about 6 feet long, so give yourself plenty of space to create your pattern. For the orange and orange leaf garland, I used an AAB pattern, meaning I did 2 leaves and an orange on repeat. I also alternated leaf sizes and alternated between the illustration of the outside or inside of the orange. For the fruit medley garland, I used an ABC pattern, meaning I alternated pear, pomegranate, orange, and I also alternated between the illustration of the outside or inside of the fruits. This is optional. Lightly crease your leaves on the orange garland to add some dimension to your leaves. I've made this garland both ways and I don't have a strong preference either way. It's just up to personal preference. Now tie knots on both ends of your twine. This will prevent any fraying. Lay the twine just above your pattern. Now measure 10 inches in from the end of one side of your twine. This is where you'll add the first piece of your pattern. Add a dab or line of hot glue to the back of your piece where you'd like it to attach to the twine. Place on the twine. You can do this one of 2 ways. Lay the twine down and place the piece on top, or flip your piece over and lay the twine on top of the piece. I've done both to about the same result. Play with it and see what your preference is. Don't worry about the back glue needing to look perfect. It can be a little messy, nobody will see it. Repeat this step on the other end of your twine, gluing the last piece of your pattern about 10 inches in from the end of the twine. Before gluing the rest of your pieces, keep the twine arranged above your pattern and space each piece below it to ensure it's evenly spaced across the twine. Now add a dot or a line of glue to each individual piece and secure to its corresponding place on the twine. And there you have it, ready to go. Drop me a comment if you have any questions.